Do, 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 do. Good morning, everybody. Do, 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 do. Just putting on the good cat. Oh my gosh, my hair looks very funky. Got caught in the snow on my walk this morning, which has made my hair look a little bit chaotic, more chaotic than normal. How is everyone doing today? Hi, Sam. Hi, Levi. Hi, Crystal Moon. I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you, Haley? Hi, Ayan. Jigisha, I'm doing good. I'm a bit cold, but I've switched it up today. I have a nice cup of green tea ready for the lesson. My desk is covered in mugs though. It's probably one of my flaws. I just have lots of mugs in my room. How is everyone doing today? Morning, Elise. I'm doing very well, thank you. Morning, Tegan. Nice to see you again. Morning, Mazza. Hi, Noel. So many familiar names. Always makes me happy that for some reason you keep coming back. I'm not going to complain because I love teaching these lessons and I don't want to stop. So please keep coming. I'm just plugging in my little tablet so I can do some drawings because today we're going over volume. I know, turn up your speakers, get ready for a party. It's all about volume today. So that's what we're doing. We covered length, perimeter, and area yesterday. So to give us a cohesive learning narrative, it's only right that we do volume. And James will be back this afternoon to go over the different units that you need to know for area and volume. You're welcome. So what I'm going to do, I've got the presentation up. I need to put it into present mode so that we can get going with the lesson. We've got some warm-up questions. You know how this works. And then we will be diving straight in to the lesson. While we wait, can anyone tell me the formula for working out the volume of a 3D shape? Do we already have some expert mathematicians? I don't know. Let's find out. I will be sharing my screen in just a second. Hi, Alicia. Tali, fantastic start. Length times width times height. That just might be featuring quite heavily in today's lesson. But you know me, it's not a lesson with Jono without a warm-up, so we'll just do a few warm-up questions. So to kick us off, this was covered yesterday, I think in the lunchtime logic lesson. There are two words missing. You need to pick the two words to fill the gap, a little bit of an English warm-up just to get our brains going, then we'll get to some maths. Remember, work out the word class first, then look at the sentence for clues, then sub in the words and make sure the sentence makes sense. That's my hint. Okay, so for those of you wondering why I'm doodling, it's actually to give you a hint. So we know Elena triumphed, okay? So that is our clue. So we know we need positive words, okay, in this sentence. So looking at the words, disappointing, I don't think that's going to be it. Worrying, I don't think it's going to be that either, because when you triumph in something, you're normally not disappointed or worried, okay? So in achieving something results, I know that we're going to need an adjective. So I know I'm going to need an adjective before the noun because that's how we describe nouns. The only adjective left, well, a stellar or highest, normally when we have, this is a superlative, okay? So that's like the top of something. So we normally have to introduce that with some kind of article. So the highest results, okay? Or like the best results. So if the sentence said achieving the blank blank results, I would be more swayed towards picking the superlative highest, but you need that article to introduce it. So I'm going to get rid of B. So I know the answer has to be stellar. Stellar means great. It comes from like stars. Stellar, I think, is some kind of like old language for start. I don't know which one. I don't want to get it wrong, but like Greek or Latin or something like that. And then we need stellar examination results because we often get results for exams. So let's see who got the answer right just for this quick warm up. Then don't worry, we will be getting to maths. We just didn't get time to do this question yesterday. I promised I would do it. So the majority of us went for A and B. So a lot of us going for B. So the answer is stellar. Remember, when we have a superlative adjective, we often need to introduce that with an article. So the highest results or the like best chicken or whatever it is, okay? Right, okay, let's have a little review of an area question. We covered this yesterday. So I've edited this question slightly. We had a similar version in yesterday's Up and Atom. Have a read of it. Some hard warm-up questions to get us going today. I love it. I love it. Oh, I'm part of the square. Ah. Just because this is the warm-up, I am just going to start talking through this so we have time for the rest of the lesson. So what I need to do is I need to find out the total perimeter of this rectangle, which is going to be 5 plus 3 times 2. Remember, length plus width times 2. So 5 plus 3 equals 8. We then multiply that by 2, which gives us 16 meters. Now, we need to work out the length of one side of a regular octagon that has the same perimeter. So if we drew an octagon, I'm going to try and draw this, but I'm not the best artiste, as some of you may have noticed. So that's an 8-sided shape, okay? An octagon has 8 sides. I know the total perimeter of those 8 sides has got to equal 16 meters. So I need to do 16 meters, divide by the number of sides, which is 8, which gives me a side length of 2 meters. I'm sorry that the green did not show up very well on the, what's it called? The blue question. So I went through that one quite quickly. If you struggled with that, we did cover it yesterday, so make sure you watch back that area lesson, okay? And well done to the 82 of us who got the answer B correct. Well done. That octagon is going to have 2 meter sides to give a total perimeter of 16. Okay, let's have a go at another quick question, just to get us in the mood for some volume questions. Have a little go at this nice wordy question, and then we'll be diving into volume. Okay, I'm going to start talking this through. I'll go in a nice, maybe like a dark blue. Beautiful. So Stefan wants to make 6 samosas for dinner. Some people call them samosas. I call them samosas. Get over it. The recipe says that he needs to make a triangle with a base of 8 centimeters and a height of 7 centimeters for each one. Now, if we remember, the area of a triangle is half times base times height. So what we need to do then is we just need to sub that number in. So it's half times by the base of 8 times by the height of 7, which equals 8 times 7 is 56. Divide that by 2 is 28. So 28 centimeters squared is the area of 1 samosa, okay? But Stefan has friends. He is having a party. He is making 6 samosas. So what we need to do next to get the total area that we need to do 6 times by 28. I'll move my little face. No, I'm just drawing on myself. Try to move my Zoom face, but it's not letting me. So we are just going to go all the way down here. So we need to do 6 times 28. Do you know what? You need to pick the method that works for you. I always like the little box methods. So 6 times 20 is 120. 6 times 8 is going to be 48. Then what I need to do is I just need to add 120 and 148, which gives me 168 centimeters squared. Who got that answer? Oh, what a fun little, it's making me hungry. I haven't had my oatmeal yet. End the poll, share the results. The majority of us went for answer option D. Well done. D is completely correct. So all we had to do in that question, class, was find the area of one samosa using the half base times height formula, and then get the area of 6 samosas by timesing that by 6. Okay. Again, this was all covered in yesterday's area lesson. So if you need to review that, go check it out, because today we are taking it one step further and we're going over volume. So that is what we're doing today. You've got me, Jono, leading the lesson. So expect plenty of polls and plenty of Q&A responses. I'm living, I'm loving, I'm ready for it. And normally we've got Clem, but it's Clem's birthday today. So Clem is not on the Q&A. I forgot to check on the list who's covering it, but thank you very much to our glorious co-teacher who will be answering the Q&A questions. Very appreciated. Let's get going with the lesson. 9:08 will be going until 9:45. Let's get into it. So we're going to start with volume. We'll go over the calculations and then we're going to have some questions. So you've done your warm-up. You can sit back for a bit. It's my turn to do a bit of the work now, and I'm going to tell you what you need to know about volume. So volume one, shout out to Yolanda, who makes all of our amazing graphics at Atom. Just so cute. It makes me so happy to see these because you know what? They're just adorable. And it makes me even more excited to learn. So volume, basically, volume is just the amount of space taken up by a 3D shape. So, or like by any object around us. So like my phone will have a certain volume. The tea in my mug will have a certain volume. All things have volume, okay? Any 3D object has volume, and it is just the amount of space taken up by that shape. So we measure volume by using cubic units. So that's what that centimeters cubed means, okay? That little 3 in superscript means cubed, okay? So, but remember, it can be centimeters, it could be meters cubed, it could be decimeters cubed, whatever you want. We are not limited in our units here. The key thing with volume is to make sure that they are cubes, okay? So remember, with area, we use squared units. For volume, we use cubed. I don't know why my voice just went really high at the end there. Just a bit of fun. We can calculate volume by counting cubic units. So for example, if we told that one cute little blue cube with the smiley face, giving me all the enthusiasm I need to get through this lesson, has a volume of 1 centimeters cubed. If we had 4 of those cubes, he got some friends over and they're having doesn't look very socially distanced, but they're having a party, and it's fine. This is in the future. This is what we all are waiting for soon. So we just stack them on top of each other, and that gives us 4 centimeters cubed. So we have 4 of those little cubes, and that gives us 4 cm cubed. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the formula for volume, which I think Tali very cleverly told us at the start of that, and before it even told you, for a cuboid, which is like a 3D rectangle, the formula for volume is length times width times height. So you just times all of those sides together. So who can tell me what the volume of this cuboid would be in the Q&A? Let me know. And I want the units too, please. Now, what's important to remember is you can honestly times them any way you want. You could do 3 times 4 times 5, 4 times 3 times 5, 5 times 4 times 3, whatever you want. And that will give you the answer. Let's see if any of us have got the correct volume. Well done. Well done, Ayan. Well done, Siddhant. Well done, Kiso. Well done, Farah. Alistair as well. Monica, boom, amazing. Sagar, Rena, Jasprit. Bissy, you've got the right number, but please can you give me the units? Remember, I don't know if you're talking about dogs, chickens, plants, house plants, oatmeal, whatever. I need units, or it could be 60 of anything. Do you know what I mean? Alex, well done. Jane, well done. Just remember your units. Well done, Haley. Well done, Maria, Zara, and Samira. Really, really good job. Gina, I think you've calculated the area of one of the faces, not the whole volume. Okay, well done, Ahan. And again, Dorata, correct answer, but you need to just watch your units, okay? Very, very good. So the answer would be 60 centimeters cubed. And how have we done that? Well, let me tell you, let me do my job. So what we need to do, we just need to times those 3 sides together. So it's just 5 times 4 times by 3. I like to break this down into little chunks because it makes my life a bit easier. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 times by 3 equals 60. And then we need centimeters cubed. Now, if you forget which units you need to pick, the way I remember it is, look, we have three sides, right? So we have 1, 2, 3 centimeters that we're timesing together. That means it's centimeters cubed. Because remember, we're doing 5 cm times by 4 cm times by 3 cm. So that gives us our 60, but we've got a cm times a cm times a cm, which gives us cm cubed. So just think of it like any number. Any number times by itself and times by itself again is that number cubed. Boom, we got it, we love. So that is how we do volume calculations. Now, you can rearrange formulae. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you might be given the volume and you need to calculate the length, or you need to calculate the width or the height. We can just rearrange that formula. Some of you might be able to do that just by looking at the formula and rearranging it. Otherwise, if you are new to volume and you are just taking all of this knowledge in for the first time, just learn these different formulas. This is how you rearrange it to get the length, width, or height. Eventually, as you get more confident and practice using these formula, so by doing the homework, by doing extra questions outside of the lesson, you will be able to move that formula around without even thinking about it. But a good starting point would just be to learn these and practice, okay? Maybe make up some of your own numbers, get your parents or guardians or whoever looks after you to check them, whatever you want. Honestly, math is just like riding a bike. You've got to practice, and all of that knowledge will just kind of stick and come together, and you will be a maths genius, a maths whiz, some may say. Okay, so let's go over an example together. Do you know what? Math is not always that fun, so why not include some Lego to make this lesson a little bit funner? Funner? Is funner a word? More fun? This is an English lesson. We can worry about that tomorrow. So Sarah and Danny have built a building block castle with the following dimensions. What is the volume of their castle? So I've broken this down into Lego blocks. I was more of a fan of Duplo. I did not like Lego. I'm not very good with fine motor skills, but whatever. I will move past it. We have our different shapes. And if you remember, when we're calculating the area of a compound shape, we need to break it down into its constituent shapes, okay? Because unfortunately, there is no formula to calculate the volume of an L-shaped castle, okay? So what we need to do is we need to split that into its different constituent parts. So we have that 1 by 1 by 1 block on the top, and then on the bottom, we have that cuboid, which is 3 by 1 by 1. So what we need to do to calculate the volume of this cute little castle is just get the volume of this top block, which will be 1 times 1 times 1. So that's just, unsurprisingly, 1 centimeters cubed. And then we just do the same for the bottom shape. We do 3 times 1 times 1, which gives us 3 centimeters cubed. Then to get the total volume, remember total is another way of saying the sum. So we just do 1 plus 3, which gives us 4 centimeters cubed as a total volume for that luxurious Lego castle where I wish I was going on a break. Wouldn't it be cool to have a castle break? I love castles. Okay, so that's how we do it. So let's get straight into it. I'm going to move my face so you can see the side length. Let's relaunch my poll. What is the volume of this cuboid? Sorry, I mean cube. It is a cube. Thank you, Colin. Oh, if you want an extension. Oh, have I released a poll? Oh, I have. Well done, Jonathan. Extension is the surface. Tell me the surface area. Of the cube. Okay, I'll start going through the first question. So we want the volume of the cube. Key thing with a cube, like a square, all of the sides are the same length. So they're all going to be 5 centimeters. So 5, 5, 5, okay? And the formula is just the same. It is the length times the width times the height. So we just need to do 5 times 5 times 5, which gives us 125. That means we know it can't be B or D because those are incorrect. What we need to do then is just make sure our units are correct. So is it going to be centimeters squared or centimeters cubed? A few more seconds to get your votes in. Is it going to be A or C? I've given you a 50-50. Have a go. Boom, I'm going to end the poll because we just hit 80%, which is my sweet spot. Bam, bam. Share the results and we've seen that we got it well done. It is C. So the answer is C because it is 5, it is centimeters cubed because we are doing a volume. Okay, now what we're going to do, let's have a little look at the extension. It's an extension because I haven't actually told you how to do surface area yet. I just wanted to see who got it. I'll have a look who got the extension right when I do the next question. For the moment, I'm just going to talk through how we do it. So the surface area is the area of all of the area of each face of the cube, okay? So what we need to do is we need to find out, so there's 2 bits of information you need for the surface area, okay? One, how many surfaces are there? So a cube has 6 surfaces or faces, okay? And they are all the same size. So the second bit we need to know is the area of one face. So I know that one face is going to have 25 centimeters squared because all I've done is 5 times 5. So one of these faces is going to have there's a surface area of 25 centimeters squared. But I know that there are 6 faces in total. So I need to do 6 times by 25. So again, I'm going to do this with my nice little box plot. No, I wouldn't call it a box plot, but I like my box method. So what we're going to do is 6 on there, 20 here, and a 5 here. 6 times 20 is 120. 6 times 5 is 30. Add those two together, 150 centimeters squared would be the surface area. Okay, so good job. Anyone who got that, I will look through and shout out the correct answers once we do the next question. So again, we want the volume of this cuboid, relaunch, go. And same extension again, tell me the surface area. I'll write that on here too. Well done, Alice, on the last extension, and Rushi as well. And Tinu, well done. Willie, a lot of people said 25 centimeters squared for the last extension. Close, but not quite right, because we need all 6 faces. Well done, Elliot, Tali, Myla as well. Thank you, Jennifer. I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you? Oh, I think there's a okay. I think we're going to skip this question. I think the answers have not been changed. So 7, yeah, there's something wrong with this question. Apologies for this. Thank you for shouting it out. What we're going to do, we're just going to move on to the next question. Yeah, there's something wrong with that. Sorry, everyone. Clear the drawings. Let's have a go at another one. I'm going to end the poll and share the result. I'm going to end this poll and start a new one. And I'm going to go fix that question while you have a go at this quite fun volume question about furious birds. Not sure what happened there in the last one. So you're doing very well on the poll. I will be going through the answer in just a second, just getting some last votes in. Okay, how are we doing on the poll? So a little bit of trouble with this one. Let me start giving you some hints. So what we need to do, so Amy's phone has a dimension of 120 millimeters by 60 millimeters by 0.5 millimeters. It can hold 200 different games, and she spends 4 hours a week playing her favorite game, Furious Birds. I wonder what that is a reference to. So what is the volume of the phone in millimeters cubed? What I'm going to tell you straight off the bat is this question is trying to confuse you by just having this is like extraneous, unnecessary information. We don't need to know that. A lot of wordy questions will do that and try and confuse you with auxiliary, unnecessary information. All we need to calculate the volume of the phone in millimeters squared are the dimensions. So you just need to do 120 times by 60 times by 0.5. I don't know why I picked maroon. It's not my favorite color, but hopefully some people like it. So that is a calculation that we need to do. Now, again, volume calculations can be a little bit like scary. So let's break it down. Timesing by 0.5, that is the same as dividing by 2. So I'm going to divide that 60 by 2 to give me 120 times by 30. Oh, we're nearly running out of space. So we need to do 120. Oh, we need to do 120 multiplied by 30. Now, what I like to do with these, I like to leave the zeros out to the end. So I'm going to do 3 times 12, 12, 24, 36. So I've just done 3 times 12 to give me 36, and I left out 2 zeros, so I need to add those to the end. 36, add those 2 zeros to the end. Don't forget my units, which are millimeters cubed. So who got that? Let's have a little look. Sharing those results, the majority of us went for answer option A, which is completely correct. Well done, 3,600 millimeters cubed. Very well done. That is our answer. So again, this is just a wordy question of describing how to do it. If you found this a bit difficult, my tip to you would be to draw out a cute little diagram. So this is going to be Amy's phone. Bloosh, bloosh, bloosh. I'm not very good at drawing, but this is quite a brick phone, and it's not very well drawn, but you know what I mean. And you just need to say that it's 120 meters by 60 meters by 0.5. So we know what our three sides are: our height, our length, and our width. We just need to multiply those all together. That's how we do it. Very good. Right, let's keep going. So remember, key things to remember about volume: we need cubic units. Okay, so the units are always cubic, so it's centimeters cubed or like meters cubed, or whatever unit we're given. We just need to cube it. Other things, this formula is height times width times length. And finally, if you get given a compound shape, you need to split it into its constituent shape. So you might need to break it down into cuboids and cubes, okay? That is how we can calculate the area. 3 things to remember for volume. It's not that many, is it? So that is how we do it. Right, on that note, maybe you might need to split this compound shape. What is the area? Have a go. Let me think of I might do an algebra extension. Why not? Ah, well done, Sophia, on the extension. The first person I've seen get it right. Justice as well. Well done. Tina as well on the extension. Good job. Okay, we're having a bit of trouble with this question. So I'm gonna start working it out and then I'll go over the extension. Let's go for a nice red to do this one. So we need to find out the volume of this following compound shape in cubed centimeters. So again, all we need to do here is split it into its constituent shapes. So we have this green oblong cuboid, and we have this blue one, okay? So I know that this shape is 4 times 4 times 8. So I need to do 4 times 4 times by 8, which is going to be 4 times 4 is 16, 16 times by 8. And then for 16 times 8, we can do 8 times 10 to give us 80, 8 times 6 to give us 48, and we add those together. So the total volume of that is going to be 128 centimeters cubed. So I know this is 128 cm cubed. Now we have this blue cuboid at the bottom here. I know that this side is 6 centimeters, this side is 4 centimeters. Because these shapes, if you have a look, I can see that they fit perfectly together. I know that this side is also going to be 4 centimeters. So I know that it's 6 by 4 by 4. So for the blue shape, I need to do 6 times by 4 times by 4. So let's do 6 times 4, 6, 12, 18, 24. And then we do 24 multiplied by 4. To do this, I'm going to do 20 times by 4, which is 20, 40, 60, 80, plus 4 times 4, which is 16. 80 plus 16 gives us 96 centimeters cubed, okay? So now I have my two areas. Sorry, I've got my two volumes, so I can add them together. So for the final step, I need to do 128 plus 96. 8 plus 6 is going to be 14, carry the 1. Carry the 1 here. So then we do 2 plus 9 is 11, plus the extra 1 is 2, plus 1, 224 centimeters cubed is our final answer. Let's see who got that right. So remember, you can, if you found that a bit tricky to follow, remember to watch this video back so you're really confident with volume. And I can see the majority of us did get that right answer, 224. Big well done. There was lots of working out to do there. So I'll go over the extension in just 1 second. So well done, 224 is the answer for the extension. It was a nice bit of algebra for those of us who wanted a little challenge this morning. I know, you're welcome. So you needed to simplify 3x squared cubed. So when we have brackets like this and then we cube it, you have to cube everything inside the brackets. So we need to do 3 cubed, which gives us 27. And then we need to do x squared cubed. Now, x squared cubed is just x squared times x squared times x squared. And when we do that, what you need to do is you need to add the powers together. So that gives us x to the power of 6. So there are two things you can do. You can either imagine we're doing x squared times x squared times x squared, and then you just, when you're timesing two powered x's to each other, you just add the powers. Or you can just do 3 times 2, which gives us 6. That's just an indice rule you can learn if you want a little challenge. But don't worry, that's definitely really hard maths. It is an extension. It's definitely beyond Key Stage 2, but I know some people just love a little challenge. So don't worry if you had no idea about the extension. It's all good. Focus on getting the volume down first. Right. What is the volume of this piano? It is another compound shape. I'm going to relaunch the poll. Boom. And let's do a little extension in case people want it as well. Can we expand brackets, I wonder? Could you, as an extension, could you have a go at expanding x plus 2 in brackets? I always wished I could play the piano. Well done, James James, on the last extension as well. Just saw your answer. Well done. Oh, you best believe science is coming to Atom, Crystal Moon. Crossy has a piano. Very nice. Jack plays the piano. Mark can play it too. Well done. Jane plays the piano and the violin. Boom. Oh, Anthony on the extension. Fantastic. Tali, not quite. I can see why you put that answer, but you're not quite right on the extension. I'll go over it though. Don't worry. Zahara's been playing the piano since 2018. Ruji, well done on the extension. Eleanor, I can't see your answer on the extension. I might have gone past it. Enter it again and I'll have a look. So I'm not sure if you're right yet. Yes, Eleanor, you are right. Good job on the extension. That was hard. Well done. Okay, let's start going through this. How are we doing? About 70% of us have voted. Great. So I'm going to start going through this questionnaires. So let's get into it. Get my nice little pink pen and let's go for a maths ride. So just like with the last one, this is just a compound shape. Don't let that piano confuse you. So I'm going to break this down into two cuboids. My top one is 1 by 1 by 4. So I know that this is going to be 4 meters cubed in area. How did I do that? All I did was 1 times 1 times by 4, which are the length, width, and height of that cuboid. We then have our bottom cuboid here. Now we need to be careful. We need to make a little edit to this 3 meters here. Because I have drawn an imaginary line here to break this into two cuboids, this whole length is 3 meters, but I need to subtract this 1 meter because we're not including it in this bottom shape. So I know that this side is going to be 2 meters. So for this bottom big cuboid, I know I need to do 2 times 2 times 4 because those are the lengths. This side is going to be 4 meters, and I've got that just because it's going to be the same as this one. 2 times 2 times 4, 2 times 4 is 4, 4 times 4 is 16. So 16 meters cubed is the volume of this bottom cuboid. And then my final step, I just need to add them together, which gives me 20 meters cubed. Let's see who got that. I think from my look at the poll, the majority of us did go for answer option C. A few of us went for A, which was a red herring. It was centimeters cubed, not meters cubed. Remember to just double check those units, and well done, 20 meters cubed is the answer that we were looking for. Swell job. Oh, swell. I don't think I've ever said that before, but do you know what? I just rolled with it. Felt right. So extension, x plus 2 times x plus 2. Let's have a little look at how we do that. So to expand this, you need to times everything in this bracket by everything in that bracket. So we just be systematic. We do x times x to give us x squared. We do that x times by that 2 to give us plus 2x. We then do that to give us another 2x. And then we do that 2 with that 2 to give us plus 4. We then combine the like terms. So x squared, we've only got one of those, so that stays by itself, but we have 2x plus 2x, which gives us 4x. And then we have that plus 4 at the end. So that was the nice little algebraic extension for those of us that wanted a challenge. Very good. So that was the volume of the piano. Good job. Right, okay, this is quite a hard question, so I'm just going to let you have a go at this one. It's a money and a volume question. Have a read of the question and have a go. Oh, there's a lot to do in this question. Okay, there's quite a lot to do in this one, so I'm going to start talking through the answer just so we have time to get through it. Because we're nearly at the end of the lesson. I know, heartbreaking. So let's get that nice. I'm going to do it in pink just because, you know, it's hard. Oh my gosh, I did not mean to draw that line. I tell you what, the things that go on behind the scenes, trying to move everything around is just a mish. Okay, let's do it. So the petrol, oh, who gets a sports car, really? The petrol tank on Johnny's new sports car has dimensions of 30 centimeters by 15 centimeters by 20 centimeters. He wants to go from London to Edinburgh. Worried how little fuel fits in his car. Well, he should have made a more economical life decision, Johnny. So 1 cubic centimeter is approximately 1 mil, and it's £1.50 per litre. So how much is a full tank of petrol? So the first thing we need to do is calculate the volume of the petrol tank. So to do that, we do 30 times by 15 times by 20. I'm just going to check that it is actually 15 because my face is in the way. Yes, it is. So 30 times 15 times by 20. So to do that, let's break it down into steps because otherwise it's a bit much in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 15 times 20 because that's easier. I'm going to do 15 times 2, which is 30, and then I'm going to add the extra 0, which gives me 300. So I need to do 30 times by 300, which is a little bit easier than 30 times 15 times 20. So I've just done 15 times 20, which is 300, and then 30 times 300. I'm going to do the 3 times 3, which is 9, and then I'm going to add the zeros I took off. So 1, 2, 3. I need to add 3 zeros. So 9,000 centimeters cubed is the volume of the fuel tank. The question very kindly tells us that 1 cubic centimeter is approximately equal to 1 mil. So I can change 900 centimeters cubed to 9,000 milliliters. Now, the petrol costs come in liters, okay? So having it in milliliters is not that useful for me. So what I need to do is I need to change milliliters to liters. So to change from a milliliter to a liter, we need to divide by 1,000. If you're finding this tricky to follow, don't worry. We will be going over units this afternoon in James's lesson. And this is probably the hardest question in the lesson. So this is definitely upper key stage 2. So again, it's meant to be tricky. So that means there is 9 liters in the petrol tank of Johnny's sports car. That doesn't sound like a lot. Again, cars, not my strong point, but I think 9 liters doesn't seem very big. So we have 9 liters. So if we want to fill that tank to the fullest, we need to use 9 liters of fuel. Fuel is £1.50 per litre. So 9 liters times by £1.50 is going to give us, so I'm going to do 9 times 1, which is £9, plus 9 times 50p, which is £4.50. So again, what I've done is I've just broken it down. I've done 9 times 1 to give me £9, and then 9 times 50 pence to give me £4.50. So then what I do is I add 9 and £4.50, which will give me £13.50. Let's see who got that. Poll in the poll. Share the results. The majority of us went for answer option D, which is completely correct. Well done. There was a lot of maths doing that question. So very impressed with whoever got that. It was very lots of steps. That was bad grammar. There were many steps in that question. So well done. £13.50 is the correct answer. Very good job. Now, we didn't have time to do the last question, so it will be the warm-up for next lesson, giving the game away. Just a quick reminder, we've had some lovely entries for our half-term writing competition. Keep those coming in. Classes at atomlearning.co.uk. I will read out my favourites. I think it's a week tomorrow, so you've still got a bit of time to get your short stories in, and we've had some wonderful ones so far, some lovely posters, some lovely poems, so keep those coming in, please. So, oh my gosh, and then half-term is nearly here. Little plug for all of the fun clubs you've got coming up, listening to all of the feedback you've been given in the Zoom surveys. Again, I really don't get tired of the slide. Just a big shout out to James for this excellent animation. So again, lots of fun stuff coming up next week in half term. So make sure you are registered for the different Zoom events so that you can come along to them, okay? So you ask your parents or whoever looks after you if you need a bit of help doing that. But lots of fun clubs coming up this half term. I'm particularly excited for the ones I'm giving, which are the extreme NVR and the extreme VR questions. Expect to see the hardest questions that Atom has to offer. Okay, I don't think we have time. Why not? I didn't mean to actually do that. Okay. Oh, well, whoopsie. I showed the answer already. There was a final area question, but we're actually at the end of the lesson. So we wouldn't have had time to do it anyway. So if you have any questions, you know what to do. You can message us or send us an email. I'll be adding some more TikTok videos today, maybe on algebra. They seem to be popular. So keep your eyes peeled. Wooga. And as ever, make sure you do your homework after this lesson, please. It'll be on your Nucleus platform when you log in. Create a questionnaire. That would be mean. Complete a questionnaire, please. Did you enjoy the lesson? What else would be good? And you can check out our maths videos on YouTube if you need a little bit of extra reminding. And you can leave the webinar when you're ready. As ever, thank you for being a wonderful class today. Really, really enjoyed teaching you about volume. Great job on the extension questions in particular. Shout out to Sophia as well. I think you did really well on the extension today. So it was really, really impressed with your work. Well done. Have a lovely day, everyone. I will see you at 5:30 for Get Ahead for Year 7 Club. For any of you who are in Year 6 and getting ready for high school, we'll be going over some hard probability questions. Ooh. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. for an English lesson. I'm not sure what we're doing yet, but I have planned it out, but I need to make the presentation today. Okay, have a lovely day, everyone, and see you tomorrow or this evening. Bye.